Greetings and salutations, fans of Dota 2. My name is Badger. I'm once again back for some more commentary in League of Lads Season 6. On the Radiant side, we have Pizzadog, who are currently one of the above average or so teams in the league. They're sporting an 8-6 record. They're doing pretty alright, and they have a lot of games this week that they need to win if they want to get a good seed for playoffs. On the flip side, on the dire side, we have the defending champions. Coming off a 2-0 victory, the 14-4 DarkW. So, on paper, DarkW certainly have the advantage, but this is Dota 2. Anybody can win in a given in a given series. I would say it's unlikely that Pizzadog can get a 2-0 tonight, but it wouldn't shock me if they can pull a 1-1. And if you're Pizzadog, a 1-1 is certainly a respectable result against a side as strong as DarkW. But regardless, should be a fun time. We've seen a bit of all chat in the not in the actual game, but we saw some back and forth going on in the lobby, so it should be interesting to see if that progresses into anything more tonight. But regardless, we are beginning with some standard bans, DP, OD, Oracle, Earth Spirit, and we'll see Monkey King and a subsequent Earth Shaker as a response. So, should be another game of Ronnie Coleman Earth Shaker. Casted some Ronnie Coleman Earth Shaker Monday night up against Nebula. Went pretty alright. Not the best laning phase, but certainly a good job in the team fights, so see if that changes or holds the same this game. And then for DarkW, they have a Monkey King, who is certainly a flex pick in nature, though betting odds would probably put it to be probably played by Apex as a safe lane carry, as it is certainly one of his stronger heroes, that's for sure. Just gonna pull up the chat. Nothing in chat today. But yeah. Should be fun. We have another session of Badger talks to himself for 2 hours. I guess if one team does crank, like say if DarkW runs away, it might be closer to an hour and a half, so hopefully see. I have prepared a lot of water. I did try to get a co-commentator tonight. My first attempt failed, and my second attempt also failed, so here we are. I guess I could just grab literally whoever to co-commentate with me, but I actually have I have a relatively high standard for my co-commentators in general. But we are seeing a Clockwork pick, and we're seeing a Morphling pick, so that's going to be an ET Clock. Last time we casted a ET Clock on this channel, ET absolutely, positively went off. This man was out of control, powerful last time I casted him. Play Clockwork. So I'm expecting a very similar performance from ET tonight. And Pizzadog followed up that Clock pick with a Morphling pick of their own. They acquire the Morphling Earthshaker combo pick. Obviously quite powerful in the late game. Once you have that Aghanim Scepter on Morphling and the Aghanim Shard on Earthshaker, there's certainly a lot of AoE stun potential with Double Fissure, Double Totem. It's all that AoE stun on top of the fissures. So it could be concern for DarkW, especially as the BKBs get lower in the later stages of this game. Regardless though, ban phase number 2. Seeing Alchemist Bristleback banned by Pizzadog, and we're seeing Windrunner Viper banned out by DarkW. Certainly two very different styles of heroes being banned out by each team. DarkW is banning out very annoying right clickers. Pizzadog banning out annoying strength heroes. I suppose both, obviously Windrunner and Viper provide more than right clicks, but they certainly do provide some right clicks. And they'll ban out Zeus as well, so just, I guess we'll call it annoying spellcasters being banned out. Makes a degree of sense. Certainly prevents, say, comboing any of those heroes with a Morphling plus Earthshaker stun. So, makes sense in the bans. I believe we have no stand-ins tonight. I'm looking around, yeah. I'm seeing no stand-ins, which is good. DarkW has had some stand-ins recently in some of their series, so it's good to see they are all 5 in the lobby tonight. And then Pizzadog, I believe this is their normal 5-man lineup as well. This is their normal sort of thing. We're seeing a Batrider pick. Obviously here we're seeing a little bit less with with the recent nerfs in the 7.28C balance patch that undid 7.28 chains that made Sticky Napalm do full damage to creeps, and now does half damage to creeps once again. But still, powerful hero. A hero who can be very annoying rushing bots into BKB. A hero who could still be a very good initiator with a Blink Dagger. Could possibly try to disrupt this Monkey King this game by simply being on his trees and preventing him from just leaping around, say getting a stun on him via just knocking off a tree. And DarkW will pick up the Ancient Apparition. Bit of a strong laning hero, and specifically going to be probably a counter to this Morphling, going to limit his ability to morph freely in fear of possibly shattering. So I'm pretty sure the interaction still works that way between Morphling and Ancient Apparition. But regardless, we are starting to see these lanes come together. Batrider obviously can flex 3-2, and with Pizzadog having the overall last pick in the draft, they can always hold on until the last pick. Monkey King probably going to be supported by the Ancient Apparition in the safe lane. So Pizzadog now have to ask ourselves, alright, do we think Shaker Batrider lane can beat Monkey King AA? And their instant response is no, let's go a different hero. Let's go with Nature's Prophet instead. We'll go Fury on Shaker in this bottom lane. Wait. If you're on Taper in this top lane, they're off lane, up against the safe lane, Monkey King, Ancient Apparition in the top lane. And suddenly you have a lot of ability to trade with Ancient Apparition via the trance. You have the ability to just be very annoying with Monkey King by, say, breaking his trees with Summon Trance. There's a lot of options there in terms of the way they can play on, say, Clankers on Nature's Prophet this game. So I'm curious to see how they end up playing this lane. Eventually, I'm curious to see what he ends up buying as his items. If he just rushes the Aghanim Shard, if he goes for more utility as items, if he goes for right-click as items. So I'm curious to see what that ends up being as well. And now for DarkW, you're wondering, am I going to commit Monkey King to being our safe lane carry? Certainly still possibility. Not the greatest of lanes for the Monkey, being a melee hero into a long-ranged right-clicker like Nature's Prophet, but it is still possible with a carry player and a Monkey King player of the caliber of Apex. They're probably discussing it right now. And DarkW will go for a Magnus. Hard to tell just yet if it's going to be their off-lane hero or their mid-lane hero. Obviously can go to both. I am quite confident both Mjon and Hanmingzi can play that hero. I would almost expect it to be their safe lane hero, but once again, I mean, not their safe lane, their off lane hero, but it's kind of hard to tell. I'm not sure how strong the Magnus clock lane is. Pizzadog still can pick a... There's still a lot of flexibility. It depends on where they put this Batrider, it depends where they put this Nature's Prophet. Because Nature's Prophet can play support still if they want to put a Fury on 4. There's a lot of variability in terms of what Pizzadog have in terms of what they have showing. I think it makes the most sense to pick a 5, and you can say pick a 5 into a... that would be good into a clock mag lane. I'm not sure exactly what that would be. But DarkW appear to think it's not a 5 left. They're banning out Timbersaw. I think, alright, maybe they want some tanky core hero to deal with our strength heroes. We don't think you're picking a 5. We think you have your 5 on this Dota screen right now. And Pizzadog, as expected, will ban out Leshrac. I shouldn't say as expected, but it makes sense to ban out Shrek here. It's a hero who's a very good mid. A hero who can play offlane as well. A hero who can play pretty well into this Morphling. A lot of options there. I guess DarkW are convinced that Pizzadog are not picking a 5 here. Which means that would be a Nature's Prophet 5 probably, in that case, if I had to take a guess at it. Still a bit hard to tell just yet. Maybe they're on the Shaker 5. I think Xerioscape has played Shaker 5 actually as well this season, so it wouldn't shock me if they go Shaker 5, Furin 4, Batrider 3, Morphling carry. But then I'm a little bit concerned for the lanes then for Pizzadog in that case. I think there's a certain risk of this Morphling having a really rough laning phase. Alright, so we're going Magnus mid, Veno offlane. We're going to see I think the third time we've seen M-John play offlane Veno this season. I'm not sure if it's a hero he just has a lot of confidence in, or if it's a hero his like Hamming Z and Sasquatch are like saying, "Hey, M-John, you're playing Veno, go get him." But either way, we'll be seeing another session of M-John playing Veno. I actually am going to look that up rather than speculate what they're going to pick here. They have picked Venomancer. This is their 4th pick of Veno this season in Lads. Shockingly, it's a hero that has 33% win rate for DarkW, which is, once again, shocking considering their win rate is, you know, like 80%. It's pretty high, so maybe it's like, alright, we want the win on Veno to prove we can do it. Or maybe they really do have confidence in this Veno pick. Regardless, they'll be landing Veno Clock into this Morphling Shaker lane, assuming Shaker is the 5. That could be a very potent lane in terms of making Morphling's life very, very miserable. I know M-John has gotten multiple points in Gale early on Veno, so there's certainly a lot of potential to just, like, say, run Shaker down with Gale plus Battery Assault, or just be annoying to Morphling in general, force him to play on a play with a lot of regen, for example. Now for Pizzadog, if they think, alright, do we want to lane any of the heroes mid into Magnus, or are we picking a different middle laner? There is still Puck in the pool if they want to go for Puck. Puck seems to be falling out of favor a little bit thanks to the change to Aghanim, but it is still a very powerful hero. Instead, Pizzadog will pick Ricky. So possibly they're dodging that. Okay, so is Bingu playing a safe lane Morphling? Now at least Skater playing a mid Ricky. It's going to be a 5-roll Nature's Prophets and a 4-roll Earthshaker. So we have finally put the puzzle together in terms of who's playing what. I no longer have to speculate on what's going on over here. And for DarkW, it's exactly as we expect. Magnus being played mid by Hamming Z, M-John playing offlane Veno, and obviously Apex still playing carry Monkey. If you're curious who's playing what, it is on the screen right now, friendos. I'm going to take off this Pizzadog thing, I'm going to take off this DarkW thing, and I'll see those two little text things for game number 2. I will update that with the result from game 1 when that time comes. Either way, though, I'm looking at these drafts. I actually like this Pizzadog draft. Something about it. I think if they can survive the middle game, they're in a very good spot. The question is, can they survive this middle game? DarkW has excelled in League of Lads when it comes to simply out-executing and out-maneuvering their opposing sides in the mid-game. And certainly with a hero like Magnus, who can really accelerate the Monkey King's ability to fight. Like, say you have a Monkey King with, like, Maelstrom, Ags, BKB, and Empower. That's a lot of damage, so I think both sides have a lot of good, a lot of really good chances to win this game here. I think it'll come down to, can DarkW execute before this Pizzadog side really gets their full items on all their heroes online. Either way, though, here we go. I am excited for this game. This is, I think, a game that has Xeriscape in the chat. Have fun to everybody but M-John, so guess that makes sense knowing he's going to have to lane into a hero as quite literally venomous as Venomancer. It is in the name. And we have Clanker saying that he loves Apex. A lot of players love Apex. We're seeing a smoke up here from DarkW. They are smart on 4. Actually, correction, they're smoked on 5. They have the Monkey King with them, mischiefed into a courier. They are now walking onto this high ground. Can they find a hero, though? The treants are not there, but the thing is, they have to say, alright, we have not found a hero yet. Something has to be up. Can they run down Bingu? Bingu has 280 move speed. ET has 355. They will eventually catch him. The question is not if, it's where does the first blood go? And it will go to Hamming Z on that Magnus. First blood drawn on Bingu's Morphling. We're seeing 2 tips already coming out there on Xeriscape. Possibly they knew something was up, but possibly they also knew it too late. Yeah, I had a treant very deep in this jungle. They had a treant towards this little rune area. They saw no heroes. It's like, alright, something's up. By the time I figured out something was up, Bingu was already strength moving, but it was already too late. Though, they will know about this ward here. I think it was Clankers pinged it out in this high ground, so at some point Xeriscape will buy a sentry ward and will de-ward that high ground ward. Pick up some gold, pick up some, I'm not gonna say map control, but definitely vision. Alright, the range creep's very, very far forward. That thing is marching to its death right now. Question is, can Batrider get the deny on this? He does not get the deny. Either way, though, should be a fun lane. They're putting Apex middle. Okay, this is interesting. They're putting Apex middle on Monkey versus the Ricky. And they're putting the Magnus top lane. He does not have stick, though, on Magnus, so they're going to have to send some sticks out very fast. That is a stick. The Bracer on the Courier. That's interesting, actually. I'm surprised they're not going immediate stick here on Magnus. I guess they really want that Bracer to get the magic resistance, extra stats to lane up here. This mid lane, though, seems to be going very well for Apex. He's 4-4 versus Ricky's 2-0, and he's going to have a wave here almost under tower. It's a good spot to be in terms of this Monkey, in terms of lane equilibrium. Looking at bottom, Bingu's already kind of low. He needs to mine Gale, obviously. Not to take too much damage in general and die in this lane. That means he does have 6 stacks on him. He's only level 1 as well, so we might even see a dive here from Clankers. Sasquatch doesn't really have much more than just a cold feet, so there could be a possible dive. Come on, the stacks have reset. Simply a Courier dies bottom, that being Bingu's through ET, so bit of a good Courier snipe there by ET on that Clockwork. Yeah, as expected, we're seeing a lot of trading going on here. And Hamnezy, I'm sure, is taking a stick on the Courier right now. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they have more. They've gone in with the waveform. They went on Mjon. They found a kill on that Venomancer. Venomancer is already dead. Johnny down in the all chat by Xeriscape. This is going to be a fun series, I can already tell. And we're seeing a D-ward here by Sasquatch. Good D-ward on this Observer ward. And we'll see another D-ward as well eventually once Xeriscape gets into the area of it. Looking at bottom, ET is still looking to fight, it appears, though he's a little bit low on HP, so... The Cold Feet was missed by Sasquatch top lane. Sometimes he missed your Cold Feet. Either way. We're going to have a lot of brawling in these side lanes. I can already tell. This is going to be a very brawly side lane game. Bingu's very low bottom. I might accidentally miss him dying at some point. We'll have to see. He's playing at 130 HP though, which is extreme. Oh, he dodges a Gale. Good dodge by Bingu. Wait, he died. Huh. Either way though, he is dead there to Mjon. Bit of an odd play, but I guess he was I'm confused there. Either way, he is now dead on the Morphling. It's an unfortunate death there for the Morph. As it stands, though, Apex is absolutely crushing this middle lane. This is unbelievable. He's 19-9 versus Ricky's 8-1. He has more denies than Skater has last hits. This is unbelievable the way he's playing right now. If you're Skater, you might just be panicking right now, like, dear God, this laning phase is in utter and complete disaster. We're seeing another Gale on Bingu bottom. And we're also seeing a fight top lane. Fisher was used by Ronnie Coleman. Sasquatch is dropping low. Has 9 stick targets though, so he should be fine. Yeah, despite there being 3 stacks on Ancient Apparition, he'll simply south up, walk away. Obviously no flame break just yet on this Batrider, so no way to really cancel that salve. And they are going on Clankers a little bit here, doing some damage, but he'll walk away eventually. Back to bottom, Gale is used on Bingu. Mjon taking a lot of damage. Waveform is there if Bingu wants to go in, but he appears to be A-okay with not going in. See, back to bottom. There's ET walking in there with a battery assault. He's trying to trade here. Waveform is in by Bingu. Mjon will go down here. Yeah, Fairy Fire keeps line a little bit longer. ET looking for a counter kill, but he'll probably die as well. He is caught in those cogs. Double kill for Bingu. Back to top lane. Clankers fighting. Fissure was used, I believe, on both, but he'll eventually die there. 2 hand means he's skewer. Now Sasquatch, with 4 stacks on him, will not get any more stacks, but he will possibly get run down by Ronnie Coleman. Will die to that Earthshaker. Now Fury on TP's in top lane. Canceled the animation earlier. Seeing more all chat. We're seeing all chat every time M. John dies, apparently. So that's, interesting. Either way, though, we saw a tip middle. Not sure what exactly happened there. Did miss that completely. We see Bingo very low bottom. There's 2 points in battery, so he is going in there on this Morphling. Is there follow-up? Gale is there. Will hits. Bingo is low, as is Xeriscape, but as is M. John. Xeriscape goes down. M. John goes down. Will Bingo go down? Sasquatch is here. Bingo goes down. So it's a 2-for-1 in favor of DarkW, thanks to a little help from Sasquatch rotating in on Ancient Apparition. And Pizzadog not in the position to capitalize on Hamlingsley being alone on Magnus. Obviously, not the easiest hero to kill, especially not being alone. There is 4 stacks there, and there's a Flame Break as well, if Clankers wants to go for a play, but there is still Skewer, so there's defensive kind of play. Meanwhile, Apex, who's been playing very well this game, has been rotated on. There's 3 heroes here. Fissure blocked him away from this tower area, but they lack the follow-up to actually kill Apex. He dodged the 3-man gank. Meanwhile, top lane, Clankers was gone on. Lots of stacks by his Batrider. Flame Break, Flyer Fly found that kill. And now ET being a little bit cheeky here, grabbing that regen rune out from under 2 Radiant heroes. That was a good capitulation from Clankers, knowing that DarkW simply was not in that lane. He eventually could get the stacks there onto this Magnus. Xeriscape is being cold feet, has sprouted himself, so he'll get frozen and he will die here. Meanwhile, Bingu might be gone on next, has 270 HP, does have that waveform though, so can't still waveform away. He is strength morphing, he's taking a lot of damage, however. He is once again Gale, has the waveform, will use it. ET, not opting for a dive. Back to top, Batrider is cutting there. Possibly looking at some tower damage. The siege unit is there. He has a 5-minute siege unit still alive, actually. In comes Xeriscape, TPing onto Hamlingsley. Lasso was used. There is no 6 yet on this Magnus. In comes ET. Here on clock has 2 points in battle health if he wants to trade. They're going on Xeriscape. He's taking a good bit of damage. Cogs is still there. Xeriscape sacrifices his life, possibly to save Clankers, and Clankers will simply escape. Yeah, actually, maybe he is being run down here by ET. Yeah, with the Fissure, though, they will be absolutely fine. Got a little bit dicey there, but Clanker's certainly able to escape from the damage. Yeah, looking back at bottom, Bingu taking a lot of damage. It's been the story of this lane, is he's just taking a lot of damage. Hasn't died too much there. He has 3 deaths, but he's getting 3 kills in return. He waveforms in onto M-John once again, but that's no kill just yet. There's no follow-up, there's no teammates. Xeriscape has arrived, but that's not a kill. And they finally dewarded this high ground. I believe it was the first time the high ground's been dewarded. Could be wrong. Either way, though, Cold Feet has been used on the Shaker. They'll simply walk away in opposite directions. Though with Skater rotating in with this DD, Sasquatch will die eventually. It will be to the fissure of Ronnie Coleman. Gale was used bottom. Apparently missed. M-John is in the run, but has no mana for TP. Can Xeriscape find him? The answer is absolutely. But can DarkW save him? The answer is absolutely not. Yeah, we're seeing ET simply run away, not sacrificing his own life. Fissure will actually miss here. M-John is still alive. ET is coming in, as is Apex. We are looking at a 3v3 fight with Sasquatch TPing in. M-John's still alive! Still, Xeriscape going to be the first casualty of this fight. M-John's still alive somehow. Ronnie Coleman goes down. Bingo taking a lot of damage, but he's only slightly slowed. Hook is in from ET. Cold Feet as well has no way for him to escape. He goes down to Apex. Skater is on the rotation, but that's an absolute disastrous fight so far for Pizzadog. The sentry is there. Onto Skater. Can they kill him? He'll blink away. Can they dive? Do they have dust? They have a sentry ward and dust. We're still running at Skater. He's very low. Once again, blinks away. Has 140 HP. Will go... Still alive, actually! He's on the run, and he appears to be able to escape there barely on Ricky. Ronnie Coleman, he's back in the fight. Fissure is there on ET. And we also see a Batrider rotating in. They want to kill Apex. Can they find him? They have sprouted him up. He's walking away. Flamebreak is there on ET. ET taking a lot of damage. Should go down here. He'll go down. But Apex simply walking away. Too tanky for now. And now they're heading out to Sasquatch. They are hitting him with that napalm. There's Apex in the high ground, though. They might turn to him instead. Yeah, Xera's getting on a bit of an awkward angle, but looks like everybody will survive. Apex gets 2 Jingu stacks there on Xera's, but that's no kill. Not yet, at least. Either way, that was an absolutely beautiful fight by DarkW bottom. Mjon, absolutely huge on the jukes in those trees over here. And they're going to go on him again top lane, but that was unbelievable jukes by Mjon in those trees. Staying alive for far too long, far longer than he should have. And resulting in his team getting a lot of counter kills. Almost getting 4, but they were unable to find the one on Skater. And now, once again, they go on Mjon. Skater is there. Xera's is on the rotation. Dust is popped by Mjon. He will eventually go down. The question is there going to be a counter? Hook is in on ET. Skater is in the cogs. He'll blink away. Xera's will TP. And the Ice Blast will barely miss on Xera's. In comes Bingu. Gee, Skater. That's the Mjon. Apparently dies there to the Plague Wards, it appears. Now bottom lane, they're now going on to Clankers. Cold Feet Slow was there, and they will find a kill onto Apex via that empowered Jingu Mastery to Monkey King, so. He died to the wards on Ricky, didn't he? He had to have, right? It's a very unfortunate death there on Skater. Appeared to be a pretty good fight there to pick off on Mjon, but I mean, Xera's get barely TP'd away, barely out of range of that Ice Blast AoE, but dying on Ricky there turns that entire engagement from good to bad. Bottom lane, Gale is there on Ronnie Coleman. There are 3 DarkW heroes, but in come the TPs, or at least 1 TP from Pizzadog. Batrider has arrived, has Lasso. Ronnie Coleman, though, goes down. In DarkW, may look to dive Clankers. They are dropping these wards under tower. The Ice Blast, not in the way. That was a rocket flare. Either way, though, there's a lasso onto Mjon. He will go down. Clankers now on the run with that Firefly, looking for Sasquatch. In comes Xera's. Ice Blast is there. Clankers will go down to that Ice Blast and Apex. And they're turning out the Xera's. Jingu is there. Bound the Strike will find a kill on the Furion. Now in comes Bingu. He's hasted. He waveformed and killed Sasquatch. Is there a counter? ET trying to fight. Drops the cogs. Ricky is chasing him. Needs a bit more damage there on Skater. Does have a blink available. He is dusted. There is a hook on ET as well if they want to try to kill Skater, but that's still not the easiest kill in the world with the tricks of the trade and those stick charges. Once again, a lot of brawling going on, as we expected. You see it a lot in these DarkW series. You see it a lot in these Pizzadog series. It's just a constant brawling going on. Middle lane, RP is there after the skewer from Hamlings. Batrider's under tower. Hook in from ET. And a great kill there from DarkW, enabled by the solo stun RP and skewer onto Clankers. It's a good heads-up play there by Hamlings. And looking over here, Networth, have not been honest. I've been so distracted by all this brawling. Magnus and Monkey King, they are neck and neck at the top, and they are a good bit ahead of Bingu and Clankers, who are a bit farther behind there on the Morphling and the Batrider. Both Ricky and Venno, as expected, are suffering. Ricky had a very rough lane middle, and Venno had a good bit bottom. But at this point, for Mjon, he's okay with not being high net worth because he is now making space. He's dropping the wards, he is enabling his team to play the map better. For Skater, however, he cannot play from behind. He needs to acquire these items, and he's not even going for a battle for this. This could be a scary game for Skater. DarkW, they are up by 4 kills, they're up by 2k gold, and they appear to be in a very good game state. So the question is now, how does Pizzadog address this game state? Where are they going to get an advantage? Middle lane, Skater's fine. Top lane, Clankers appears to also be fine, but bottom lane, they're going into Xera's. They're diving there with the Magnus and the Clockwork. There is a Echo Saber on Hamlings. So they find that kill with the hook in by ET. Almost missed that kill accidentally. There was a little bit of brawling in all 3 of the lanes. Ronnie Coleman taking a bit into middle. Meanwhile, they will go on Sasquatch with Skater. Tries to find a kill, will get the tricks of the trade. Apex though wants a counter kill. Has Jingu, has Bound the Strike, and will kill Skater. So ultimately, not a very good dive for Skater. Traded his life for a 5-roll AA. In comes Bingu bottom. RP is still on cooldown. Hammies taking a good bit of damage, but there isn't enough follow-up for Bingu. Meanwhile, top lane, Mjon will die here to Batrider. Back to bottom lane again. In comes Xera's. They're looking for ET. Hemizy has already TP'd away, and they will not find ET. Another Johnny Town in the chat, dear God. He's pausing. Oh God, this is an absolute. Apparently, M-John is done with the all chatting of Xeriscape. They're threatening rulebooks. This is an actual serious no more all chat warning by M-John. Apparently, you can't rulebook all chat. I don't know the lads' rulebooks. I'm not going to weigh in here on this one. But this is certainly time to stop all chatting if you're Xeriscape. This is cheeky stop all from Clankers. We'll be seeing no more all this game. This is serious Dota time. We are past Johnny down in the chat. We're seeing Fury on TP top lane. Even microing his transfer scouting vision over in the trees, over in the lane, getting his top tier 1 tower to exchange for the bottom tier 1 that will die here to the hits of Apex. Speaking of Apex, he's not opting for a farm accelerant. He has that in power, obviously, so he simply has to go on Ags first. Hemizy has double damage. He's playing in a very, very rough spot. Does not know Ricky's on him. RP was cancelled by the Ricky's silence. He's Flame Break in Ice Break. Ice Blast is there on 2. He will RP Skater, but he will die first. ET will also die there, being waveformed and killed by that Morphling. And now Sasquatch is being run down. He'll also die. And for DarkW, this is a rough fight so far. Being picked off one at a time, and now M-John being run at. Now I know Apex is there, going on Bingu. Has the Jingu, but he gets actually knocked out of his Wukong's command by the strength adaptive strike from Bingu. He's still being run down. Xeriscape tries to save him, will not save him. It's a 3-for-1 so far. Clankers still has Lasso, might go for it on Apex. Ronnie Coleman misses the fissure. Apex still in a bit of no man's land. Can eventually find an angle out, though, I believe. Yeah, we'll find the angle out. Actually, we'll go once again in on the Clankers. Ice Blast will be there. We'll find that kill if Apex does not. The Ice Blast will get the kill there for Sasquatch. Overall, 3-for-2 engagements. Ultimately, Hemizy, Sasquatch, and ET being traded for Clankers and Bingu. Though, DarkW will follow up those 2 kills with a tier 1 tower middle, so at this point probably a fight win for them. And now DarkW headed over to Skater. They have seen him, but don't have detection on him currently. Sentry is dropped. It is out of range, however. Apex? Oh, never mind. They killed Xeriscape. Oh, I'm sure it is hooked onto him. Completely missed that one somehow, but yeah, just got hooked in by the clockwork. Simply got caught making an aggressive play, and at this point, there's not much escape from the plays of ET. No, Batrider is top lane. Yeah, there's actually no jump here from Batrider. Probably no kills here. Looking back to mid, though, there's a Gale on Skater. Fissure is there onto this Venomancer. It appears everybody is in a defensive enough position that nobody will die here just yet. We do not have a blink yet on Ronnie Coleman, so it is a little bit hard for Pizzadog to initiate. So that'll be a problem solved very soon. There's a blink bought by the Shaker. Sasquatch, he's being gone on. He's a casualty to the initiation of Pizzadog. Unfortunate death for him, but if you're DarkW, the one here who you do want to die is that Ancient Apparition, so not the worst casualty in the world. Either way, though, Pizzadog are playing deeply into this dire jungle sort of area right now. Might go for the tier 2 top eventually. DarkW, meanwhile, they're actively going for the tier 2 bottom. Apex was hitting it, though. They are being a little bit defensive, looking at their vision. Yeah, now seeing Heroes top lane, they might go in, but they're being cautious. They're not overdoing it. But they are still playing 4 in this dire jungle area. Looking at Radiant Vision, they don't appear to know too much what's going on. And DarkW are now TPing in. M-John and Hemizy are here. Could be a Blink RP. Meanwhile, over at the other end of the fight, we're seeing Sasquatch possibly being run at, possibly being run down. Though the Sentry Ward, hook in from ET onto Batter, cancels that TP. Ice Blast will miss. There's an RP onto Skater. This is getting a little bit chaotic already. Skater, can he go down here? Will eventually go down, I believe. Trickster keeping him alive. Lasso is there, is onto the Ancient Apparition, so trying to play this fight. Emjon did go down there to the tricks of the trade, but overall so far it's a 2-for-1 with the Ricky dying for the Ancient Apparition and the Venno. But DarkW want more. They see Clankers. Down the strike is available, but the Fissure will disrupt the fight for a little bit. And overall for Pizzadog, probably a good retreat there. Skater, who probably was dead to rights with that solo RP, actually got a counter kill there onto Emjon via that tricks up the trade. And they found a kill there onto Sasquatch's Ancient Apparition. So overall making the best of a bad situation, for sure. And so far they have done a decent job of kiting around Apex in these fights. The problem is Apex will eventually become too big to fail. This man is 11.6 thousand net worth. He is 3.5k ahead of any of the heroes on Pizzadog. So Pizzadog, they've done a good job so far in maneuvering some of these fights, trying to play the engagements the best way they can. But now, yeah, this Monkey King will become a severe issue probably within the next 10 minutes at this point, if not faster than that. Especially if he's going to be fighting with that Aghanim's, with the Diffusal, and the Empower. RP is coming up in just 30 seconds, so there might be some kind of action. They are aware of where Xeriscape is positioned, so we are seeing Apex go in. Xeriscape certainly dead here. Played for information, played for the D ward, got the D ward, cost him his life. Another kill for Apex. He's 6-0-6, so he's having a very good game in literally every metric right now. No deaths, 6 kills, #1 in net by a country mile. And he's now going onto Clankers. BKB is popped simply on the retreat. And he actually might re-engage here with the lasso, but it's a hard engagement now at this point for Pizzadog. Yeah, they're on the retreat fully, knowing that their Batrider 10-second BKB was committed for that. It's not a great situation. Whew. Alright, a little bit break in the action finally, so we can look at some items. Hamingsley, as expected, went for Echo Blink, is headed for a BKB as expected as well. Ooh, Bingu is playing... Yeah, he'll play safely. I think he was sneaking out the double damage ring, but ultimately it did go to Hamingsley. They are picking out Skater. They have a relative idea that Skater is in the area. Will there be a blind dust, perhaps? A slam under sentry. Hook is there from ET as his battery assault. Dust, not used just yet, is now used. Both blinks were... one blink was used by Skater. He's TPing. Can they cancel it? The answer is no, he's fine. Meanwhile, top lane, Xeriscape being gone on by Apex and Emjon, once again dead. That seems to be the tail of the game for Xeriscape, is him dying. Happened a lot of times this game. Up to 9 deaths. Clankers, Lasso's Hamingsley is their follow-up. Ronnie Coleman's in the area, but as are 2 DarkW heroes. Fissure was on both DarkW supports. Now Radiant, they're playing a bit split here. Morphling has TP'd in. BKB was used by Batrider, but he was RP'd. Hamingsley on the run will go down here to Batrider, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Now Bingo on the retreat. However, Ronnie Coleman will eventually die here. It will die to the monkey from the Aghanims. Bingo did steal Monkey King with that morph, but there's only so much he can do. He appears to be on the retreat fully, back into his jungle, though Apex is chasing him. Might go onto him here. It's done a good bit of damage. The hook is in there from ET. He has strike morphing, however, so still not going to be the easiest kill in the world. But with that Spirit Vessel, Bingu will eventually go down. Has no mana left thanks to the Diffusal Blade of Apex. We're seeing now the value of this Diffusal pickup by Apex. Xeriscape will barely TP away. Once again was playing crazy Dota on the other side of the map. We're seeing now the value of this Diffusal pickup on Apex. When he's able to have his teammates assist him in stunning the Morphling, him plus his Aghanims monkeys actually allows him to seriously drain the mana of this Morphling. And if Morphling is playing low mana at this point, it's going to be a very, very rough game. He can still morph, but the problem is if he can't wait for him, this game becomes very, very difficult because ET has been positioning the cogs so well this game. This has been, once again, an absolutely beautiful performance by ET on Clockwork. This man is, dare I say, absolutely nutty. Either way, though, for DarkW, they maintain a slight lead in terms of net worth. They're up by 4k. They're up by 6 kills, and they are up in terms of towers. Obviously, they have gotten this tier 2 bottom, which is a nice tower to have. Enables them to go for the outpost if they want to go for it. And they appear to be, never mind, they're just firing for now. Skater and Apex are very close by. Skater has scouted out Apex, but the problem is the Batrider is not nearby, and that probably an important hero for the initiation. DarkW are coming in. They have rocket flared onto Ronnie Coleman, and they have scanned on the Skater. Hook is there on Ronnie Coleman. Skater is fighting Apex with the help of Xeriscape. This is already a crazy fight. Trickster Trade is popped. ET goes down. Lasso is there onto Apex. Apex will go down. It's an important kill there. Poison Nova is popped. DarkW on the retreat. The King of Monkeys is dead. Skater will finally go down, but they will also lose Amjon. Overall, a 3-for-2 fight. Kills in favor of Pizzadog, and most importantly, they have the very important kill on the true king of this game right now, being Apex. That's his first death of the game. A lot of gold lost by him on that death. 711 gold, 2 clankers of all players. Speaking of players who played very well this game, clankers. This man is playing very well as well. Had a couple solo kills this game, played very well in the laning phase, and for him, he's playing very well in these team fights as well. He's finding the very key lassos onto these heroes, either are risk of being soul deaths or finding the key, in this case, lasso onto Apex. So if Clankers keeps playing the way that he does, Pizzadog can continue to maneuver in these fights very, very well. Either way, though, looking over at some items, ET's going for a Blink Dagger on Clockwork. Certainly interesting in this game, but it makes a degree of sense. Well, there's a good bit of summon shenanigans going on there with these treants, so now you can get a better angle there with the hook. So you can go for a blink hook rather than just possibly being obstructed by any of the Radiant units or heroes or creeps. Looking over at Skater, has Diffusal, is headed for an Aghanims. We'll have the Aghanims very, very soon. It appears that Pizzadog want to smoke of sorts. Not a great time though before the Ricky has Ags. They do form that tri-camp area, but not a great time to smoke just yet. Probably to wait out that item. And Xeriscape once again is playing like an absolute madman, is cutting this wave top. He's had a lot of times doing it. He does have 10 deaths this game, but he is also applying a bit of pressure to these lanes. DarkW, they are smoked, I believe, as 4. They are going to rendezvous with Apex bottom, possibly head into this jungle area. The kill, if they can find it, is Bingu. Rocket Flare will miss. Actually, it'll be in the Roshan pit. What am I saying? Either way, though, Pizzadog actually went for smoke of their own on 3. They're heading into this dire jungle, and both teams have completely missed each other so far. Now both teams appear to have a very exact idea of where the opponent is, and it is basically mirrored movement-wise. His DarkW ward is dying. They will not catch them in time for it. Actually, it will, I think, barely catch them before it dies. It's close. Either way, though, both teams are aware of what's going on here. RP is there, onto 2 from Hemmings. BKB is popped as well, onto 2. That's a huge kill on Ronnie Coleman. Clanker's getting low. Clankers is dead. They're going on Skater. He's battery assaulted. Trickster Trade is there, but he'll eventually go down there, and he goes down as well. That's 3 kills for DarkW. And a huge initiation there from Hemmingsley. Absolutely no hesitation. RP on 2. Important kill there. Onto basically every single team fight control of Pizzadog, both the Shaker and the Batrider. And they now head into the Roche Pit. That is a sort of team fight that gives you the momentum to win this game. It's no longer the malaise of farming, of split pushing, of farming items. It is now the Aegis heads to Apex. And they're now in a great spot to possibly even go for a high ground. Though the high ground will be very difficult still. ET is in bottom on Xeriscape. Battery Assault is there, trying to use the Treants to help tank. Is there help? There's an Ice Blast coming. It actually will be enough damage to kill Xeriscape eventually. Actually, Ice Blast will miss. Barely off the mark once again. Appeared to be in the visual indicator, but apparently the visual indicator has lied to us twice this game. Apex is going on Bingu. Waveform already used. He is low on mana. And with Ronnie Coleman's help, yeah, Bingu will fully retreat. Not enough follow-up there for DarkW. Simply the Monkey King going alone there for an ambitious play onto that Morphling. And they're now applying pressure in these lanes. They're pushing in mid, they're pushing in bottom. Problem is though, Xeriscape is pushing in the top. Trying to, in a sense, make these lanes better for Pizzadog. It's a hard ask, but the Furion is certainly easier than with most heroes. Hamzy is waiting on the RP, has it in 20 seconds, and Apex is scouting in the trees. Obviously, he's very tanky with 3k HP and the Aegis. They have spotted Skater and they have spotted Clankers. They're headed to Clankers. BKB once again popped. RP is there in 8 if they want to pursue. The BKB is over right now. Hook is in from BT, and they will find Clankers. The question is, can DarkW find more than that? The answer is no. He simply will let Clankers die. And he actually has no buyback. I don't think DarkW know that. By the way, they will try to at least force the buyback. They will head towards this T2 middle area. They have a siege unit coming in. That's very good timing on that siege unit wave. And they actually scout out Skater. They might go for him here. Apex is very deep bottom. He's fighting a right now 1v4, but those DarkW are on the way. Ice Blast is there. They'll hit on 2. Apex has the Aegis. Poison Nova is there. Can they cancel Bingo CP? They do. Blink in from ET. Thomas Strike is on 2. Down goes Bingo. They're going to Xeriscape. He'll certainly go down here once again for his 11th death of the game. And they're headed to Ronnie Coleman. Sasquatch found him on the side. He goes down. 4 heroes of Pizzadog are dead. 2 still have no buyback, including Clankers. And importantly now, Bingo. So now, for DarkW, it's certainly time to make one attempt at this high ground. Xeriscape has some good micro here, dragging this wave away. And the tree will eventually die. That dire wave is now headed in bottom. Their dire wave is also headed in middle lane. Question for now is, where will DarkW go? They have heroes in both mid and bottom. They appear to be a little bit split here, though the safe option will be the tier 2 middle, especially with the heroes on Pizzadog already respawning. Obviously some very good tree up micro there by Xeriscape, possibly preventing some damage on this bottom high ground. Yeah, DarkW will grab that tier 2 middle. The Aegis is down, so if DarkW are going to play, it'll be a little bit more risky. Hamzy accidentally pops the BKB. Was looking for a Empower, I believe. Yeah, they actually once again looked for Xeriscape. Tried to get him, but the creeps were in the way, blocking the hook from ET. So very unfortunate. Angle was not available to kill the Furion. DarkW have all their cooldowns once again, other than Hook. Yeah, Nova's up in 2, and Hook will be up in 10, so they're ready to go again. Problem is, Sasquatch might just die here. Hamzy and Sasquatch are very isolated, but there is no Lasso here. Lasso is there on Hamzy. In comes Bingo, looking for his kill. RP is there on 3, actually, I believe. Actually, maybe only on 2. Now looking for Skater. In comes Bingo. He has the Aghanims. Problem is, down goes Skater, down goes Bingo. They're absolutely eviscerated. Ronnie Coleman is starting them up, but the problem is Clankers is very low. His BKB is on cooldown. He'll go down. Xeriscape TP's away. Ronnie Coleman, he's being chased down. Can they find him? The answer appears to be no. He'll TP away, but the problem is, all three cores of Pizzadog went down in that fight. Morphling went in there with that the morphed into Earthshaker. Problem is, when he did that, he absolutely got blown up in a minute fraction of a second. Man was unable to survive after he initiated into that fight. He's looking for a BKB, but the problem is he's still over 3,000 gold away. Will not have it anytime soon. And for DarkW, it is now high ground attempt number 1. Mjon dropping wards. They are a little bit split. Hamzy's pushing in top wave still. Yeah, Apex is now coming in from bottom as well, so they will have 4 for this high ground. Problem is they are now respawning on Pizzadog. They have Ricky and Worf respawning now. The lift is popped. And DarkW, will they attempt to keep going? They are at least going for this tower, and they have gotten it. And now they're on the retreat. They say, alright, we got this tower. We have successfully broken a tower high ground. We can now retreat. May look for a pickoff, may look for Aegis. They have, at this point, grabbed the outpost. And Xeriscape once again TP's away. He's being very annoying this game. He's making a lot of space for his team simply by applying constant pressure in these side lanes, even occasionally in the mid lane as well, just with the Wrath of Natures and with all the Nature's Calls in odd spots, putting treants to push these lanes out. But yeah, he's at it again. Xeriscape once again top. It's just what happens. This is a Dota game for Xeriscape. It's push out lanes. If he dies, he dies. DarkW say, you know what? We don't care. We know where they are. They're at this tri-camp. They're not defending high ground. They actually will not go high ground instead. They're going to walk into that tri-camp. In comes ET, Focus on Clankers. Is there follow-up? The RP will miss him, Hammingsy. It's absolutely terrible. The lasso is there onto Magnus. He'll eventually get brought down in this high ground, it appears. With a bunch of stuns from Earthshaker and the Morph Earthshaker. Skater will go down. Apex is fighting, doing tons of damage, stunned up by the Morph for a little bit. He's being brought back, but the problem is there's just not enough control. Hammingsy still alive. Echo is there. It will hit 2. If there's no follow-up stuns, Fisher is there onto Hammingsy and to Sasquatch. Hammingsy goes down. Bingo, however, has no HP, has no mana. He'll eventually die here, as does his Earthshaker, Ronnie Coleman. Xeriscape trying to do something in this fight, but he's now fighting 4v1. He'll go down there to the boundless strike of Apex, and it's only Skater left, who died in the fight, had to buy it back, but at this point it's looking like the impossible high ground defense, and they might even chase Skater. Never mind, they'll focus objectives. Apex is on that high ground. In the chat line from M-John, he is triumphant over the all-chatting Xeriscape, it appears. DarkW headed for that second lane of Rax. Pizzadog still missing their heroes, are down for, in the case of Bingu, 36 seconds, who is the longest hero with a respawn. Skater is cutting this wave, but the problem is there are waves middle. The backdoor, it is not there. Nether Rax, Ranger Rax, both taking a good bit of damage. Both will die here. Alright, that is 2 sets of Rax for DarkW. They're now on the retreat, it appears, as they should be. They can play Roach, they can play defensive. Ronnie Coleman does fissure Apex, but there's no follow-up. Simply a little bit of stun, trying to disrupt a little bit here. Xeriscape once again is top lane, and DarkW simply want to kill this Furion. They're tired of his bullshit. They want him to die. Is there a Rocket Flare from ET? Is used. Did find the Furion. In comes Monkey King. Hook is there from ET. Another hook from downtown, from that shrine area. Apex holding the boundless strike. Once that last hit, will actually miss it. ET will get the kill. So, another kill there on Xeriscape. Sasquatch? They appear to want to go on Sasquatch, but they could not find the opening. Batrider is slowing him. Flame Break is there. Is there a lasso? Flame Break actually missed. There's the lasso. Sasquatch will go down here eventually. Actually has defensive deals. In comes Apex. Down goes Ronnie Coleman. Boundless strike is on 2. And they will kill Clankers as well with the RP. And they actually don't even kill Sasquatch. The Ancient Apparition did not die to that solo lasso. And once again, Pizzadog, they are collapsing. These last, 7 minutes have been absolute and utter train wreck for them in this game. Looking at this graph. Look at this graph. From minute 29, they were in a very, very nice spot. Minute 39, however, minute 37 currently, it is an absolute disaster. They are, at this point, one bad fight away from calling out GG. And for DarkW, they want to keep the foot on the neck. Roshan will respawn in just 16 seconds. They're playing 4 in that area. Skater, trying to get a nullifier, actually buys out for that sacred relic. DarkW, they are playing aggressively. They have 3 at the Tri-Camp, ET at the mid-wave. Simply Sasquatch, the hero with the ice bots, of course, playing away from this team currently. DarkW, they grab the last outer tower, that tier 2 top. And they are saying, maybe we don't even need the Roshan. We are up by 23k gold. We are triumphing in these team fights. Apex has 28k net worth. We can simply go in here. Morphling. Earthshaker throwing out fissures, but not really hitting anybody. Apex is now onto the high ground. ET has an angle from the side. Bingu has gone in with Skater, looking for damage. Nobody is dead on DarkW. RP is still on cooldown for Hammingsy. He will BKB and fight. Hook is in from ET only onto the Hammingsy. However, Batrider lassos up Apex. Can they find him? BKB is there. He'll pop it. Wukong's Command is there. Fissures are being dropped, but now Wukong's Command is just so huge. It's just so much damage. Down goes Clankers. Bingu getting run down. Bingu goes down. Got caught in the Agimorph. And Hammingsy will go down there to the Radiant, but the problem is their team is collapsing. Xeriscape goes down. The buyback from Clankers, but Clankers has a dieback. Godlike streak for Apex with a triple kill, and the GG is called by Xeriscape. And for DarkW, what a showing. This last 10 minutes of Dota from them was an unbelievable symphony of just out-executing, out-maneuvering, and out-team-fighting. Pizzadog, my god, that was unbelievable to watch. And they're proving why they might just be the best team in League of Legends still. They won it last season. They're close to the best record in the regular season this season. And the way they play Dota, it is a beautiful thing to watch. Whew, my god. It's tiring. It's tiring though. Yeah, I don't know why I keep taking these DarkW series. It's tiring to cast these series, man. Unbelievable. That was just beautiful, beautiful Dota though. I mean, for Apex, the man was just on the agriculture all games, farming so well. I mean, ET. I'm just gonna single out ET because ET Clockwork is genuinely ban-worthy. This thing is unbelievable. Like, this is the second time in a row I've watched ET play Clock. It absolutely take over the game. It's just, my God, this man is just nutty. It's unbelievable the way this man plays Dota. There's no wonder so many good players speak so highly of ET. That's because this man has the potential to just take over a Dota game anytime, anywhere. My God. Whew. Okay. I need to catch breath. That was unbelievable. Unbelievable game one. I didn't even put in the chat this time. I'm not going to be passive aggressive on the cast. I'm going to put it in the chat. Make sure to tag up the game one win. I don't want to put it on my stream. I don't want to do it. And this is my best chance to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to the bathroom right now and get some more water. I'll be right back. Let's just put up a little text. Oh, it's perfect. I'll be right back. Oh God, why have we not progressed into the game yet? Am I in the wrong lobby or something? I don't understand. Nah, we're just chilling between games. Okay, we're just waiting on this game number 2. Got my my headphones back in. We're good to go. Need to turn off my there's OBS. Just turn off this text here. Alright, perfect timing. We are back to things being in the chat. We got waiting on Pizzadog to select side. Though something to note of importance, Pizzadog actually has a like an actual legitimate university study going on. They have some kind of university researcher literally researching their team comms and the vernacular they use and the emotions of the team and stuff like that. So it is I'm gonna put it in the chat. Yeah. That's actually great from that's great from them, John. The effects of all chatting. That's great. All right, there, G. There, G. We're going for game number 2 of DarkW versus Pizzadog. And honestly, just for my voice's sake, I honestly hope game 2 was a little more peaceful, because that was a game 1 for sure. My God. You know, I'm here for it. There's a good chance this actually might end up being like a playoff matchup. This could be like the 2-7 matchup or the 3-6 matchup. So you might just see us again in the playoffs. Assuming Stepbro and Stuck hold the 1 seed, there's a good chance we see this as like a 2-7 or like a 3-6 matchup in the future. So that's, I am literally down for watching these teams play again. This is like obviously more than this is next game. I think it's a good, fun matchup to watch. You know what I mean? It's great stuff. Okay, game 2 is starting soon. We are waiting on Xeriscape to press the button. He's currently conversing with the members of DarkW about spelling and whatnot. Apex is begging Pizzadog to ban out Monkey King, which is fair. They keep first picking Monkey King for Apex. He's probably sick of playing it. It's like Sonagod earlier was saying in the all chat of the Coconuts game. Hey, can you guys ban out Juggernaut? I don't want to play Jug anymore, and then Matchroom actually banned Jug for them. So this is a very similar effect. And Alchemist gets banned. It's not a ban of Monkey King. Uh-oh. I'm seeing a lot of question marks in the chat. Hopefully there's no remake. I don't think there's going to be a remake, though. I think they're just questioning out the Alch ban. Oh, we're going to see some more Monkey King action. We're seeing bans of Alchemist and of Death Prophet, which means if DarkW once again want it, they can once again pick Monkey King. And the way Apex plays this hero, they're probably just going to do it again. And Apex is probably just sitting here so sad of this perpetual monkey gameplay he's stuck doing. Let's go on the screen here. Let's put on a bam bam. Put this up here, put this down here. Okay. Oh, they actually tied it up properly in the lobby. Xeriscape is now going to be way up in terms of value in my book. This is a man who can properly apply a game 1 win. That's beautiful. See properties, DarkW 15 and 4. Okay, so we are seeing Pizzadog first picked Shaman, a hero we have seen a lot of in the later stages of this patch. Was slightly nerfed in the 7.28C sub-patch, but is still one of the strongest 5s and 4s in the game currently. More of a 5 really, but still. Has a lot of damage potential in the early game, has a lot of control throughout the game, has a lot of potential to pitch buildings with the Serpent Wards, and DarkW will respond with a rubric. They say, you know what? I picked the Shaman hero who has so many great spells. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take his spells. A lot of good steals. I mean, there really is no bad steals from Shaman. Like, Ether Shock and Shackles are your worst steals, but they're still good steals. Obviously, Hex, fantastic steal. Serpent Ward's fantastic steal, so. Not sure if it's going to be Sasquatch or ET playing it just yet, but whoever gets to play it gets to have a good time stealing stuff from Shaman. Monkey King is still in the pool. Will DarkW pick it? They certainly can pick it. They first picked it overall last game. Maybe they're saying, you know, maybe we just need to practice a different hero. Apex clearly tired of playing it, literally asking the opposing captain to ban it for him. And Pizzadog will pick the Pangolier. I want to say Skater played it for them, but I honestly don't remember. I'm sure both Skater and Clankers can play the Pangolier as is required. DarkW will pick up the Bloodseeker. Obviously a very direct counter to the Pangolier. If Pangolier is rolling around at the speed of sound, trying to do whatever he can in the team fights without rolling thunder, Bloodseeker will directly rupture that man, make him bleed from his, I don't know, like femoral artery or something, and just hemorrhage blood all over the floor as he rolls around. So the ability for Pangolier to maneuver in these team fights is greatly diminished thanks to this Bloodseeker existing and having an R button on his keyboard. So once again, I mean, it makes sense for DarkW. Question is, where will they lane it? Will it be their carry? Will it be their offlane? Will they be exceptionally cheeky, maybe even like mid or 4? Highly doubt it, but still. Question is, which side lane will Bloodseeker be in? At this point, draft-wise, DarkW might just pick their mid and second phase to hold their offlane / carry for their last pick. So they have a draft flexibility and right on with this Bloodseeker. Pizzadog might just have to pick to be able to lane into Bloodseeker in both those side lanes. Problem is, it seems to be hard to completely demolish a Bloodseeker in any given side lane. Obviously, you could force them out on many heroes, like say Monkey King, who actually has been banned by DarkW this time. But and then also speaking of heroes who do well on the Bloodseeker, Underlord is banned, so it makes sense. These bans from DarkW, but I expect nothing less from the total brain trust of DarkW. I mean, obviously a lot of big brain individuals in that team between Sasquatch, Handlingsley. I mean, hell, even everyone on this team is just able to I'm sure contribute very well to this draft right now. Actually, I would love to be a bug on the wall in this team's pre-draft comms, because this team drafts very, very well. I'm almost curious to see what their process is in terms of the way they draft. Back to the actual draft. OD banned, Nyx banned, and Puck banned by Pizzadog. Puck was actually uncontested last game. I actually pointed that out in the last pick phase. This game, though, not making it through. Obviously, another hero who counters out Pangolier, Cigarette. Maybe we'll have only one of DarkW's cores hard counter Pango instead of 2 of their cores hard counter Pango. DarkW will ban out the Ursa. Big fan of the ban. Makes a degree of sense. I believe Bingu has... Actually, I'm going to look this up. Has Bingu played it in Lads this season? I have the Dota buff handy for DarkW. So let's go over and change it to Pizzadog. Let's go to picks and bans. And have they played Ursa yet this season? They have played Ursa 3 times with a 100% win rate. So, yeah. Makes sense strategically, makes sense in terms of results. And DarkW will pick a Wisp. So, the question is, what will they do with the Wisp? Is it a Apex carry Wisp? Is it a Sasquatch support Wisp? Does MJon play a 3 Wisp, perhaps? Hard to tell. I'm sure all of them possibly in the possibility. Apparently, DarkW wanted to play Alk. Sasquatch lamenting the lack of Alchemist in this Dota lobby. And I quote, ruined our fun. And we're seeing a Witch Doctor picked here by Pizzadog. I'm not sure how they're going to land support just yet, but obviously you have flexibility in terms of where you're going to put the Witch Doctor and the Shaman in terms of what side lanes exactly they're going to go. I would expect the Witch Doctor to land into the Wisp if possible, but you never know with these things. Actually, would you expect that? I think I'm over-assuming here on this Witch Doctor Wisp thing. both teams at about a minute reserve time. We are waiting on some kind of pick here. I would expect a middle laner. And that's certainly a middle laner. That is Void Spirit, one of the obviously dominant mids of the patch. And the last few patches as well. Very powerful hero. Very good this game into Shaman and Witch Doctor. If Shaman cannot hex Void Spirit, his game is going to be really rough. Witch Doctor in general is a very rough time. The Void Spirit has to be stationary to cast that Death Ward. So obviously the Spirit, the Astral Spirit can cancel that. And also Void Spirit will cancel as well with the AoE Resonant Pulse with the Aghanim's silence. So there's a lot of possibility there for Void Spirit to just only supports as a good lane into Pango. Hell, he's pretty alright at the Troll in the late game as well. This is a very good Void Spirit pick. And Pizzadog saying, you know what, we're running at Bingu, this lane dominant carry. We're going to pick Troll. We're going to say, you know what, if it's Bloodseeker, if it's not Bloodseeker, we want a hero who can just be good in the lane. And Troll does that. We saw Bingu last game make the best out of a bad situation on that Morphling. But despite getting a number of kills in the lane, he still died a lot and didn't CS that particularly well thanks to the aggressive play of Mjon and of ET. So he's saying, you know what? I'm Troll. I can actually aggress back this time. I can be the counter aggression to your degenerate ruining of my farm. Either way, though, we are now into the ultimate ban phase of the game. Looking at this penultimate pick for Pizzadog, who probably will be their... Oh god, it's kind of hard to know what they're going to do. I would expect it to be an offlaner, though they could flex the Pango to offlane, pick a mid laner instead. The results yet to be determined in that sense. DarkW, though, appear to think... They think that the Pango is mid. They banned out 2 offlaners. Pizzadog, meanwhile, they think the Bloodseeker's offlane. They're banning out carries. Though... Yeah, Razor obviously very good hero to Troll. Just link his damage. Rough time. Alright. Game 2 time, boyos. Got a minute left reserve time for Pizzadog on this last pick, and then a half minute after that for DarkW. No, I'm not even sure if we're going to use all that time. For those who are just tuning in, who missed game number 1, DarkW did take the victory in what started as a close game, but quickly became an absolute tour de force for DarkW, and an exhibition of their ability to absolutely maneuver and team fight and execute in the mid game. So, absolutely beautiful game. But regardless, it is still 1-0 on the scoreboard. Pizzadog have pick tied, and DarkW are quick on the Jug response. So we now know our lanes. We've got a Jug in the safe lane up against a Tide in the off lane. Tide will be joined by Ronnie Coleman on Shaman. Apex will be joined by, I'm assuming, I'll play by Sasquatch. Meanwhile, in the other side lane, we've got Bingu on Troll, joined by Severe Escape on Witch Doctor. They fight into Mjon on Bloodseeker and ET on Rubik. So that should be fun to watch. Obviously, mid lane, Void Spirit versus Pango. Should be a relatively fine matchup for both sides. Depends a little bit on who gets the rune control, of course. But still. Excited to watch that one as well. I can now take this off. Very cool. And here we go. It's time for some more Dota 2. We are getting into Game 2 of Pizzadog versus DarkW. Anything I missed in the all chat? Appears to be a little bit that I've missed. Not too much. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna rush guys. And they were still talking about. They were still talking about Alchemist. Alright, it is time for Dota 2. We are now exiting this draft of Game 2. DarkW looking to finish this 2-0, go up to 16-4, getting an 80% win rate if they get that. Pizzadog trying not to fall to 500. If they get this win, they'll be 9-7. And I'll put them in a much better spot come into the playoffs for more of these series. But let's ignore narratives for now and get into game of Dota 2. Here we go. I'm ready for another showstopper. You'll love to see it. Let's look at items. Sasquatch has a Wraith Band. Huh. Interesting. I actually might ask him that after the game. I doubt I'll be able to get him on stream. I'm actually curious what the Wraith Band decision is there. It gives armor and attack speed, I guess. That's pretty good. Maybe I just don't know how Wisp works. Either way, though, looks like we will see no all chat this game. We are seeing the wards being placed. One here on Radiant. Once again, same spot, actually. And Clankers puts it relatively shallow. Alright, we're seeing clarification. All chat is allowed as long as Xeriescape does not all chat every time Mjon dies. Johnny You love to see it. You truly love to see it. Either way, though, we're going to see a fight here at this bottom rune. There are 3 here on Pizzadog, with a 4th one coming over, possibly. And there are 4 DarkW heroes here. Clankers already on the retreat. DarkW have secured the rune area. Apex, though, does have spin, will be used. Xeriescape taking a lot of damage. Cast is there. Sasquatch is low. Sasquatch will be the first blood. There will be counter tilt onto Xeriescape. Bounty is got by Clankers, but Clankers might go down here. He is low. Is there follow-up? Not enough follow-up. And for Pizzadog, an alright start there. They got the first blood there. And they got, never mind, they got the exact same number of bounties. I was going to say they got one more bounty, but never mind, they got the exact same number of bounties. Either way, though, is first blood gold, and it did go to Clankers, so his game should be alright. But obviously, laying into Tide, not the most fun. Or sorry, laying into Jug, not the most fun thing for literally any offlaner. Sasquatch has been taking a lot of damage so far. We saw him get focused last time at the bottom rune engagement. He's taking a lot of damage in his lane as well from Ronnie Coleman. Speaking of trading, Xeriescape taking a lot of damage top lane. Axes are there on ET, but Mjon drops the silence. Actually, Xeriescape might just die here. There's Fade Bolt in 1. Fairy Fire will get popped. Xeriescape barely still alive. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Apex and Sasquatch both taking damage. Both are fine. Both will heal up via the Wisp. And there has been a D-Ward top lane. Will be there available once this brawling stops, but they are currently brawling with Mjon. Mjon taking a lot of damage. The Observer Ward is down. Good D-Ward by Xeriescape. Did his homework clearly. Bottom, Sasquatch very low. They need one more right click from Shaman. Ronnie Coleman will get the kill. Spin is there from Apex. Can he find Shaman? Shaman's getting low. Has a Fairy Fire pop. Will need one more right click. Shackle is there with that Gush. And Apex will find a kill on Ronnie Coleman. Now he's being run under this tower, but there's no more Gush. Back to top lane. Silence is there from Mjon. He's dropping low. They need 2 more right clicks. They're not going to find it though. There is a healing salve on Mjon. And just like last game, we're seeing a lot of brawling in these side lanes. This is an absolute bevy of brawls. Seems to be the name of the game so far. For this DarkW Pizzadog series. It's why I like to watch it, you know? It's a lot of brawling going on. Xeriescape looking to be aggressive, unable to find an opening there. With the cask. Back to bottom. DarkW are full HP in their heroes. Full healed by Sasquatch, I'm assuming. There is level 2 spin if they want to go for a hero like, say, Shaman. Have not looked at mid yet this game. So far is slightly favored in Skater's way, though it could change in a matter of literally one wave. Neutral creeps are being contested. Pop. Looks like Bingu will grab most of it. Oh, middle lane, actually. Skater taking a lot of damage, but he'll be fine. As will Hamneasy. Back to top. Mjon. Oh, actually, bottom. Actually, this is just everywhere. It's literally everywhere there's fighting going on. It's hard to tell exactly who and what is at an exact rank just yet, but I'll try to catch everything here in terms of what's going on. It's crazy. There's still spin bottom. Shackle is there on Apex. Can they kill him? Not just yet. Healing Ward is popped. He's on the run. He's going to survive, I believe. He's now turning. Still has spin. Will use it. Headed onto Clankers, trying to find that kill. Clankers will probably go down here. Will eventually go down there. 2 right clicks of Apex back to top lane. Bingu fighting. Cask is there, only on 2. ET has the Maledicted, but Bingu's taking a lot of damage. Silence is there onto Bingu. Kill is there for ET. Looking for Zero Escape, and they will find it. 2 kills for DarkW top, 1 kill for DarkW bottom. Overall, good time in these side lanes. Middle lane, bit of a brawl over these runes. Hamuzi will secure it. Never mind, it's actually top. ET can save it for Void Spirit. If Void Spirit can get there without dying, Skater is trading. ET on the rotate. They actually both might die here. Skater, yeah, Hamuzi will die. ET will get the counter kill. Back to bottom, we're seeing a shackle being used. Apex will be fine. Back to top lane. Johnny's in the trees. John trying not to die over here now that ET is missing. Back to bottom again. Never mind. Only neutral creeps. Either way, though, we saw the power of RNG in that engagement. Had Skater had worse RNG, probably would not have gotten that kill there onto Hamuzi. Either way, though, ET luckily in the right spot to get that counter kill. I missed the kill bottom. Damn it. Either way, though, Ronnie Coleman was brought down there by the spin of Apex with the extra move speed from Sasquatch. Was hoping not to miss a kill, but alas. See a little bit of rune fighting. ET will grab it with the help of telekinesis. And Clangers will grab the bottom, it appears. Yeah, there's a lot of damage being... There's a lot of move speed so far for Bloodseeker's games. There's a lot of damage being done in general. ET has been maledicted. He's being slowed there by the axes. There's a lot of damage, though, with the Fade Bolt. Looking for Bingu and looking for Zero Escape. Both are quite low. Fade Bolt in 4. Johnny is diving. Melee axes were used for that blind. Zero Escape will go down. Ronnie Coleman on the rotation. Bottom lane, however, there will be a spin there. Never mind, there will not be a spin. Back to top lane. Looks like everybody is fine for now. Where did Hamuzi go? That's from earlier. Had to just heal. Either way, though, Zero Escape is back, has TP'd in. They're going to look for ET here. Silence is dropped. It will stop any kind of action from happening there. Shaman is still looking. Might be a shackle there on John. It is not there just yet. ET will cancel it with the telekinesis secondary hit. Cask will hit as well, but there is no kill there. Onto Radiant. John trying to trade your 2v3 hexes there. Is there a shackle? It is there. As is Maledict, in comes Bingu. Axes are there. John might just go down here with the range axes. Actually has no mana there on Troll. They will not run to ET. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Tide's being spun on. Tide will go down back to top. ET completely fine. So another kill there. They've recognized on DarkW, wait a minute, they're playing 3 top. We can simply run at this Tide. And eventually they simply ran at the Tide. They killed the Tide with that spin. Apex off to a very good start so far this game. And Ronnie Coleman has to keep DarkW honest. They have rotated 2 more heroes back there, the Shaman and the Tide. Though they might throw him off guard there with a rotation from Skater on Pango. He does have Rolling Thunder. Though Apex does have Omni Slash. And DarkW are on the retreat. Apex should not get caught here though. Oh, Rolling Thunder being popped. Meanwhile, top lane. Actually, a lot of brawling top lane. Fade Bolt is there. Might see a kill actually onto Zero Escape. It was ET already has 6. And Zero Escape will go down there. Good kill there by ET. And now Bingu, man fighting John. John under tower. Another Fade Bolt from ET. Another kill for ET. And for ET, my god, this man is actually playing so well this series. Played so well game 1, playing now so well in game number 2. It's actually unbelievable. And now, for this situation right now in these lanes, it's going pretty alright for DarkW. John not farming particularly well, but other than that, has been alright time in the lanes. Rupture is used top. Is there any follow-up? Bingu. Appears to be fine for now. Has a Witch Doctor TPing in. Xeriscape is here. Mjon? Having silence, and now Bingu is low. Has no ulti. Is under Maledict, but then he might need a little bit more damage. Hamnezy might just be out of damage. Has that Astral Step. Has popped double damage rune. Silence. It is scouting. Fable is there from ET. The Aghanim Xeriscape. Xeriscape will go down here. 2 kills. 1 to ET. 1 to Hamnezy. In bottom lane, Clankers was spun off, but simply TP'd away to the fountain. Not being brought down to this Wisp IO combination. For DarkW, despite not having a great situation in terms of their last 3 cores, they are up by 3k net worth. Looking over net worth, a lot of that's on their rubric. Look at ET. We saw it on Clockwork. He was number 4 in net worth on Clockwork as a 4 clock at the stage of the game. He's number 4 on net worth on a 4 rubric. This man is absolutely crazy. But for Pizzadog, despite being down by 4k already, they are still in a situation where they can still find a good team fight if they can find the right fight. Say DarkW overextends, they have the Ravage, they have the Rolling Thunder, they have the ability to stun and do damage with the Death Ward and the Shaman Wards. So there is still a lot of counterplay potential, even though the game hasn't looked so great so far in this early stage of the game. Bottom lane, Apex is starting to go through these trees and looking for Xeriscape. Does have Omni Slash. Will he just simply spin here? Has not spinned just yet. Actually gets triple cast there. Probably will save Xeriscape's life, actually. Yeah, we'll even tip out Xeriscape for that cast. However, now ET might be playing a little bit too over-aggressive. Is shackled, is taking a lot of damage from his tide, but he will swashbuckle away. Is A-OK, thanks to that stolen swashbuckle. Apex still playing aggressively. Once again, cast up. Has spin this time. Mjon has arrived with the silence. There's 5 here for DarkW. They'll kill both Ronnie Coleman and Xeriscape. Both supports are down. As they killed Xeriscape, they went on the left side of the fight and killed Ronnie Coleman, who was by the Ancient Camp. DarkW take to the 2 pickoffs. They will use the siege unit coming in bottom wave to push this tier 1 tower and possibly even a tier 2 bottom. Okay, tier 2 might be a little overambitious. But the tier 1 tower definitely will fall. Last hit will go to Sasquatch rather than Apex. A tip will be done to Sasquatch by Mjon, so they are simply acknowledging that interaction. Either way, they're looking at key items. Apex has a Maelstrom on the courier, I believe. Yep, he has that finished Maelstrom. Bloodseeker, going for travels. Guess he wants to play a very across-the-map style this game. Be everywhere with those extra TPs. Hamnezy. I'm not sure what he's going for just yet. Has phase boots. Where's his money, actually? Is he on the courier? Where is the White Spirit's courier? Huh. I feel like he should have, either way, mid lane, they're going on Skater. Rupture is there. Remnant as well. Cancel that Rolling Thunder. Skater will eventually go down here too. The right clicks of, or sorry, the Astral Step damage of Hamnezy. Cask is there. But there will be no follow-up for Pizzadog. Simply a cast there to possibly do a little bit of stunning. And for DarkW, they are taking over this game rapidly. And for I was thinking for Pizzadog how they might want to look for a 1-1 result in this series. That 1-1, their best chance might have been in Game 1. They had a very even Game 1 up until about minute 30 or so. This game, it's quickly turning into a rout. DarkW are up by 8k at minute 12. This is a 600, nearly 700 per minute gold advantage right now. This is unbelievable. Hamnezy does have that Arcane Rune, and both charges on Astral Step will be available very soon, so if they want to go for a dive, it is available. Looking at Radiant Vision, they do see Xeriscape. Will they go for it? Not just yet, but it is possibly on the mind for them. Xeriscape is setting up. Clankers is in the rotation, but Clankers has no Ravage. Xeriscape will go down here to the spin of Apex, and Clankers, it's in the area popping Gush, but there's a Rupture there onto Tide with no Ravage. Okay, Ravage has been skilled just a little late, but there's no chance to use Ravage here. He simply will go down there to Hamnezy. That's a killing spree for Hamnezy, and they actually relocated bottom for the Shaman. Tried to find him, not able to get him, but Shaman now is middle. He TP'd into the other heroes of DarkW. He has a stolen shackle on him from Rubik. Never mind, that was the Shaman shackle himself, but either way, he does go down there to Hambingsy. That's another kill for DarkW. It's another tower kill for DarkW. They get the tier 1 middle. Apex has TP top. They might look to go through this jungle area, or they might just split the map. Sasquatch will be joining Apex top. The rest of the team a bit split. ET and MJON looking for a kill. Rupture is on cooldown, however. It's not the easiest kill in the world until it is available. Here we have the answer as to what Hamzy is buying. It is a Yule Scepter, which makes sense. It's a good counterplay here to say if a troll goes at you with the with his battle trance, just pop him in Yule's, problem solved. Speaking of dire items, Troll is going for a Maelstrom in this game, is not opting for the Battle Fury. Pengo going for a Maelstrom of his own. And Tide has a Vlad's going for a Blink. DarkW, they do see Bingu. Rupture is there. He tries TPing, but that's not going to do him any good. There's a lift from ET if they need it, but they're just hitting him here. The kill will go to Apex via that critical strike. Pizzadog, meanwhile, we're in the bottom lane, killing the tier 1 tower as a trade, but certainly losing Bingo is not great for them. I believe they just popped 2 smokes actually on accident, but they are smoked as 4, looking for some kind of kill. They have pinged out Hamzy, and they will see MJON very soon as well. MJON is actually popping some... No, he does not pop a smoke. Hamzy is invis. They're off to MJON. Relocate is there. Will bring in the Jug. Ravage, it's on 2. Shackle as well will result in the MJON dying, but is what's the kind of turn here. There's Escape from Money Coleman are both dead. Omnislash is there. Clankers goes down. And Skater also goes down. It's an absolute disaster for Pizzadog. I respect that they tried to go for some kind of play there with that smoke play onto MJON, but unfortunately for them, they're fighting with even numbers thanks to the relocate. So that 4v4 team fight simply did not go well for them. The Omnislash, simply too much damage. I mean, Apex is 9.7k net worth compared to Troll 5.4k net worth. So it's a 4k net worth delta at this stage of the game already. It's unbelievable. I'm trying to build a narrative in my head where Pizzadog can still win this game, but it's looking rough. They're down by 13k net worth. It's 24 kills to 4. Apex is once again extremely farmed. ET is once again popping off. ET, currently my MVP for this series. This man is doing some unbelievable work so far. And both teams appear to be just doing a little bit of farming, a little bit of pushing out the lanes. Jug has not gone into the Roshan pit just yet. Does have that SNY and that Maelstrom, but apparently they're not ready to go into Roshan just yet. Simply farming up some more items. Apex might be waiting for a... Actually, no, I was going to say they could be waiting for the Shard. He has a Shard in his quick buy, but there's no need to wait for 3 whole more minutes. DarkW, after doing a bit of pushing in this bottom lane, are now headed middle lane. They might just go on to Xeriscape if they can find him. Rupture, meanwhile, will be there onto Clankers. He's being run down. He will TP successfully at that. There was no Astral Step duels in time to cancel that TP of Clankers. But DarkW say, you know what, we're still good. We're going to stay in this area, we're going to play aggressively. Hamzy will duels up. Xeriscape has double damage and Dissimulate is there. Will finally kill the Witch Doctor. Correction, MJON will get it with that Blood Right AoE Silence. Either way though, Xeriscape's down, and now they're headed over to Skater in the jungle. Skater tried to get couriers, unable to get it. However, back to middle lane. Apex is diving, Omnislash is there on Clankers. He has no TP, down goes Clankers. So that's 2 deaths on Pizzadog, and DarkW, they head to the tier 2 tower, taking a lot of damage. Pizzadog do not have a glyph, it appears. Yeah, glyph is on cooldown for them, so. Cooldown for another 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And ET will kill Skater's courier, which is particularly ironic given that Skater tried so hard for courier kills of his own. Either way, for DarkW, they're trying not to make any mistakes. They can throw this game away, give any rubber band gold to Pizzadog. They're keeping foot on neck. They're playing in this tri-camp area on Apex. And M-Down looking for Skater. Rupture was animation canceled by the lack of vision. It is there, but there is no cancel on that TP. And a fully escaped there on Pizzadog. Apex not fighting. Looking for Ronnie Coleman, but this is a two-man fight. Ravage is there, but he'll miss. Only hits on Sasquatch. Deathlord is there with that Maledict. Deathlord's actually on cooldown for 4 more seconds. Sasquatch's courier goes down, but in come the cavalry. DarkW have arrived. They have no Rupture, but they do have right clicks. Is there a TP? There's a lift there from ET. Tankers once again goes down. And for DarkW, this game is still an absolute runaway. They're at 15k net worth. They got another 2 kills. They tried to get the Ravage off there on Clankers, but unfortunately they used it too early, and it did not stun Apex. Don't think it would have particularly mattered, but they would have had a much better chance of getting that kill had they have hit it. Rupture on cooldown for M-John. Skater. He is a rolling boulder. Possibly on the retreat, is rolling over that hill. ET chasing perhaps. The Skater has TP on cooldown. Eventually Skater will go down here if DarkW find him. And they see him. They have Yules, they have a lot of stuns. Rupture is there, probably not even necessary, but Skater certainly going down there. Slash Bushel once again being stolen by ET. And the kill will head to M-John. Apex has Omni Slash in just 5 seconds. He is simply running at 3 heroes. Has E-Blade there. Spin is used. And Ronnie Coleman will go down, but now Sasquatch is actually stunned under that tier 3 tower. Omni Slash perhaps being used. Buyback is there from Skater. Omni Slash is there. Down goes Skater. Down. Troll actually not dead just yet. M-Dom will go down instead. Bingu, though, will finally go down after that battle trance ends. Hammings, who was very deep diving in that fight, it will get out just fine. And oh god, the E-Blade plus the spin, all the damage from the Fable, too much for Ronnie Coleman. That's a dieback for him. Tanker's being run at. He goes down as well. It's a godlike ultra kill situation for Apex. And can we get him the rampage? That's a rampage for Apex. And the GG is called. It's they even waited on the GG for that for that rampage. But this is for DarkW, that was, I think it actually is the most one-sided match I've seen in LADs so far. They've taken the record from the last time I watched DarkW run away with a game this heavily. And you're seeing just why this team is so feared. It's just, this is the sort of the game they can play if they get the right heroes, they get the right lanes, and they just can absolutely run a team over. And this is a respectable team, too. Pizzadog is a 500 team. Probably going to make playoffs this season. But DarkW, simply on a different tier, it appears. They had one close game, game 1, but game number 2 was just DarkW putting on an absolute clinic on just how to play Dota 2. And every team on the league simply has to be on notice at this point. They can't ignore this team. They say, you know what, you guys forgot about DarkW. Who cares, Step Bro, I'm stuck. Who cares, Toxic Tacos? We are the defending champions. We have these Dota 2 players playing at this Dota 2 level. It's scary. And if DarkW's going to play like this, I don't know if any team in the league can beat them. Whew. My God. Either way, though, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this League of Lads Season 6 series between Pizzadog and DarkW. DarkW have moved all the way up to 16-4. Pizzadog currently 500 at 8-8. If you're wondering when you can catch me next on commentary, it'll be very, very soon. It'll be tomorrow. I'll have another series of Pizzadog at that. We have a Thursday night, tomorrow night. We've got, never mind, tomorrow's not Pizzadog. Tomorrow is my night off from Pizzadog. We have at 8:30 p.m. EST, Marty Chang Slayers up against 5 average dudes. I have not casted Marty Chang Slayers yet this season, so I'm excited for that one. Meanwhile, Friday at 9 p.m. EST, we've got Pizzadog taking on Banana Hammock. For Pizzadog, they need these wins for playoffs. For Banana Hammock, they need these wins for respectability. Meanwhile, on Saturday, I'm casting the current number 1 seeded team in the league, Step Bro, I'm Stuck, taking on Pizzadog, 8 p.m. EST Saturday, so I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you the night after that. I'll see you the night after that, and I'm sure I'll see you Sunday as well. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great night.